Hey everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Find Your Joy, and I'm Joy. Hey, welcome in everybody. Thanks so much for coming. Either welcome or welcome back. And it is Wednesday, which means we are figuring out what we've worked on this week. This is WIP Wednesday, and right now, every Wednesday, I am updating you on my Sirdar Trick or Treat Crochet Along blanket. So this is what I'm working on. And today, Wednesday, the 20... Oh, I think my Fitbit died. I think it is the 20... It's the last Wednesday in August. But today they are releasing the last week of the pattern. This is the end. And y'all, I'm still working on week number 3. But that's okay. I am making progress. I'm having to back out and redo some things, but I'm making progress. So I'm going to insert a little video that I filmed earlier here. And then I'll be right back. All right, so this is the first panel I did for the cat border, and it just doesn't look good. I don't know, I think maybe I was too tired when I was working on it, because I have started the second one, and it looks so much better. I'm actually, I think, following directions better. Like these, I don't think I went down far enough. I think I was supposed to grab here. I did it right on that one, but not here. It's just very, I think I was too tired when working on this one. So this is the cat panel, and it just looks so much better. So I'm still working on, this is the lemongrass up here, but I can actually see the cats in this one. This one, kind of. So I think I'm gonna frog this one. They look more like frogs than cats. Sorry, squirrels. All the animals. But no, what do you think? Yeah, so this is still week 3. Week 3, I'm getting there. They release week 6 tomorrow, the last one, but it's okay. Slow and steady, and redo wins the race. But all right, so that's where I am right now on the border on the Sirdar Crochet Along Halloween blanket. I'm gonna keep working on this tonight, and I want to do more updates on this weekly WIP, but I think that's really all I have for the blanket. I've got a couple more projects I've been working on. Let me get home and I'll show you those. Okay, I have frogged the first one, so and then right as I was almost to the end of this first row, I realized I didn't need to frog this part. Luckily, I stopped before frogging the chain, because the chain is the worst. So I'm gonna redo this one, because I think this one looks so much nicer. All right, here I go. All right, so after frogging that one magic cat panel and putting it back together, I had obviously done something wrong because I had this much purple left on one of the sections and this much of the lemongrass. So do not work on crochet alongs when you are tired. That is the lesson that I have learned. So I am now finished with both magic cat panels. And they actually look like cats. Can you see them here? I mean, it's like, hello, we're just hanging out. So I did 2 of these. Now these are going to go on top. One's going to be on top of, and one's going to be below the horizontal row of the 4 panels, of the smaller panels. So I am going to need to make sure I have them facing the right way. So that is going to be up, and the top one they are going to go on top of. So they're going to be like this. So I am going to pin them together now. Well, stitch marker them together and sew the rows together like this. So then I will have all of the small squares with their borders. So we've got Magic Cat, and then I showed you last week I did the vertical borders. So they've got the witch's tights on them. So I've got both of those done. So let me sew these together, and then I still need to do the details on the appliques, but I think I'm going to skip forward. And week 4, I have never done tapestry before. So week 4 is going to be the middle part of the blanket, and it says trick or treat right here. And so they've got it on graph like this, or they have it enlarged like this. And then I also have seen, I've never done tapestry before, so I have seen others that have been working on tapestry, and they show like each row, and I meant to have this pulled up before I started recording, so let me pause for a second and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have seen where they make graphs and then it's color coded and numbered by how many stitches. So I actually went through the pattern and created this. So each row is 60 stitches. So the first few rows are just 60 purples. But then you start mixing in the blacks. And then the other colors. And then we go to some just solid rows of 60 purples. And then greens. So I typed all of this out, and that's a lot, right? That is a lot. And what, I have never done tapestry, so it's very intimidating for me. And today I thought I wasn't counting something right, so I went on to the Facebook. There's a Facebook group for the crochet alongs for Sirdar. And I was like, well, maybe someone else has already asked this question. I'll go look. But then I started scrolling through all of the other people's projects, and there are some great blankets that are being created out there. And some are following the pattern to a T, and they're really good and they look great. And others are doing their own hocus pocus magic wobbly timey-wimey stuff. And it's great to see all the ideas. Well, one of the ideas that I saw, I was like, oh, maybe I could do that. What they did was they just crocheted a solid purple piece here in the middle. And then since they have the graph to go with, where's my page with the, it's a graph. I just showed it to you. I haven't been anywhere. How do you lose? Oh, you're looking at the wrong week. So they take the graph and they cross stitch each stitch of the pattern onto the purple. And I was thinking, that's genius. And it looked so neat. I don't know if I want to do my first tapestry project, something that's this big and something that's going to be, you know, the focus of this whole project. So I am really glad I looked at that, because I think I'm going to do a solid purple square and then cross stitch the trick or treat and the cauldron and the bubbles onto it. And then there's some other different ways that they are doing around the block, around the big block, because this is white with red drippy blood, and it's kind of gross. So there's been a lot of different ones on that too. So I know when I first started this project and I was watching other people and they were going to change this and they were going to change that, and my little rule following brain went, oh my God, that's not how it's done. And now I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to change it. I love it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to change it up and make it my own, I think. And I'm thinking on the, do I have it in here? I don't, but I bought on clearance, they had Summerween blankets at Walmart, and I got one, and I think I'm going to use it as the back for the blanket. I don't know, I'm not positive, but it's a thought. Or I also I bought some green, my camera's tilting down. I bought some green fabric, you know, the fleece, words are hard. But I have some like green fleece that I bought when Joann's was going out of business. It's I think I bought 1 or 2 great big rolls of it, so I might use that. I don't know. But in the meantime, that is where I am on the Sirdar crochet along. Now this isn't just about the blanket. I talk about other things on Wednesday. Even though there isn't a lot to talk about, I am still working on my Octagon top here. And last week, I think I was like 7 rounds in. Well, this week, I finished the second skein of the yarn, and I've started on the third. And I'm about 14, 15 rows in now. So it is coming right along. Let me see if I can hold it up. I did a little short on it when I got to the halfway point of the yarn, so hopefully it'll be the halfway point of the size of the shirt, but it's starting to look like a shirt if I fold it right, because it doesn't fold the same like when you do a hexie cardi, so I have to line it up here. But yeah, there's that, and that sleeve that's starting to look like sleeves, y'all, and then that's the back. So that is where I am on my Octagon cardigan. I don't think I have, oh, nope, I have one more project. I actually have two versions of this. The, my grandbaby is going to be 1 in September, and they are doing the Wonderland theme for her birthday. So I decided I want to make her an Alice in Wonderland dress. So I went shopping. First I went to Hobby Lobby and I couldn't find the right blue. So then I went to Michael's and I actually filmed some video there. I hopefully will get it posted later this week. But I started crocheting this little dress with the blue, and then I want to make a little white pinafore to go over it. But I got this far, and she is tiny. She is just barely going to start wearing 6 to 9 month clothes now. So I stopped here and put that away, and I started another version of it using a smaller hook, and apparently it is not on the table here, but it is the same exact pattern, just with a smaller hook. And this is a free tutorial on YouTube. I will have to link it because from the top of my head it is not here, but it is just super cute. And I am using Loops and Threads brushed rainbow polyester. So it's so soft. And I just got that hooked around my headphones. Okay. And look, I created something with my stitch markers. I bought some beads that have numbers on them. So because I'm using different hooks in different projects, I made a 5.0 stitch marker, but that's just so I remember what size hook I was using for this one. And I think I went down to a 3.5 for my other version of this dress. I am nowhere near this far on it. Yeah, I was just crocheting along and la, and then when it got to the part where I was going down and I put it all together, I was like, she is going to swim in that. That is too big. And that's a lot of work in there. But it's going to be super cute. All right. So those are my WIPs for the week. What are y'all working on? Who else is working on their Sirdar crochet along and changing it up to make it easier for you? Or who's a strict rule follower and is doing it straight by the path? You keep turning, sir. This little duck, I'm going to give him to my daughter next time I see her because she drives a Jeep. But isn't he cute? It's a little skeleton duck. Who's a rule follower and who's a rule bender? Apparently, I'm a little of both. All right. Well, you guys, I think that is all I have for this week. I've got some stuff that I've already got done for Monday, for my Monday makes, and it went in the mail yesterday. So it is on its way, and I did something in addition to it. So there's actually 2 projects that I have completed already for next week's video. Yeah, I think that is all that has been worked on this week or has been completed this week. So I'm gonna continue working on this blanket, and I think I am gonna do a solid block for the middle of the blanket and then cross stitch. And I've, oh, one more thing. Okay, so the squares, I told you Jennifer at Cinnamon Stitches, she changed one of her squares, little squares, to a Frankenstein. Well, the big squares are supposed to be 2 cats and 2 bats in the corners. And on the Facebook group, I saw people put all kinds of different things on the different squares. So maybe I won't do 2 cats and 2 bats. Who knows? I'm not there yet. But it is almost the end of August. We've got Labor Day next Monday. I can't believe it's already September. But after September comes October. So it's just going by so fast. You guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me and sticking to the end. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends. I don't know. I'm new to this. I've almost got 100 followers. So thank you to the followers I already have. And thanks if you're just joining us. You guys, I want you to go out, make it a great day, and find your joy.